Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Toni and I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. And this will be our 8th, 9th year of homeschooling, depending on when you count. My daughter, who's gonna be in 8th grade, we started when she was in like preschool. So anyway, we've been homeschooling for a while. We've pretty much had a different schoolroom or a space that we homeschool almost every year. I at least rearrange the same space. I like change, I like to switch things up. So last year it was actually in a completely different part of the house. I'll link that video above in case you want to see where we homeschooled last year. But this year we are in the homeschool room, which is actually a formal dining room, but we don't use it for that. We typically use it for homeschooling. So I have it all clean and rearranged, and I'm going to show you guys what we're doing this year and how our setup looks. And I'll show you inside of our cabinets and everything. So if you guys want to see where we homeschool, then stay tuned. So the exciting part about this video is that it's a collaboration with a bunch of other moms. I am hosting this collaboration and I invited a bunch of really awesome moms to join in so we can see a bunch of different homeschool setups, because everybody homeschools differently. Some people might have an actual room like this. Some people might just school at their kitchen table, but maybe store their stuff somewhere else. Some may not have a space at all and they maybe just keep their stuff in those Latchmate bins, which I'll show you. We use those and I love them. You might just keep your stuff in there and you school outside, or you might school in an RV. Wherever you do school, it doesn't really matter, but I do love looking at the different perspectives and different ways that other people do homeschool. So when you're done watching my video, head down to the playlist and check out how these other moms homeschool and what their setup looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little tour of our homeschool room. So this is actually a formal dining room. When we bought this house, my first idea, of course, was, oh, this is a perfect homeschool room. We've only had this as a dining room once or twice when I've switched things up, but for the most part, this has been our homeschool room. It's got built-in bookshelves, which is perfect for storing all of our stuff, and then we've got a nice big space for my kids and I. So I'm gonna take you on a little tour and I will show you guys what we have and how I have it set up. So let's go. So this is our homeschool space. It's right off the front door. You come in the front door and our homeschool space is right here. It's awesome that we can close the doors when we need to block out any sort of distraction or noise that's going on outside of the room. So I love these, but we do keep them open too. So let's see what we have inside here. This is the setup. I have a futon in here, and I actually brought this up because we had family staying in town and I needed a place for them to sleep. We had this in the basement, but I just covered it with a quilt, so it was a little prettier because it had a kind of an ugly pattern. But I love to do our read alouds. All of our family subjects we like to do on the couch. So we've either done in the living room or now we're gonna do it in here on the futon. It's not the prettiest thing, but it functions. It's very comfy. I've got my chalkboard here, which I love, that I got at a thrift store, I think last year. Super heavy duty chalkboard. So that we actually use all the time. I love it. I've just got a couple decorations up here. Behind the door here is a bulletin board that my girls keep their book lists on, and we put vocabulary words, and we're doing science or whatever it is, we put on that. You can see I had a bunch of stuff on there and the sun kind of faded it a little bit. I do have a United States map sticker thing on the wall there. This part of the room, and this is our setup. So I have 2 tables from IKEA. I'll link the video above of how I put these together. They didn't have all the pieces that I needed. I had to improvise, and I got these shelves here, which is pretty cool. It wasn't exactly what I'd originally envisioned, but it works. So I've got a short table here. I've got a short table here, and then I've got a long table here. So this one, we've got a nice big window. I love the window so we don't feel like we're sitting in the dark, but I've got plenty of space for me to work with the girls or my son, or if I need to work individually with somebody right here. I just got this a few months ago at Hobby Lobby. Isn't that so cute? So that is going to keep all of our stuff, hopefully, organized. On this table, I have 2 bins that I got at a garage sale, and I'm just gonna use this as like the outgoing bin. Once I've graded stuff, I'm gonna put them in these bins so the next morning they know the stuff goes back in their box. But once I've graded it, I'm gonna put them in here. I'll show you where they put their stuff once they've completed it. It's over on my desk, so we'll look at that in a minute. But this is the desk setup. So it does have shelves here. Underneath, we do have the noise canceling headphones that are really awesome when you need to concentrate and there's other people in the room. And then I've got the 3-hole puncher. We don't have much on here because we put a lot of stuff in the cabinets this time. So I'm not sure what we're gonna put on these shelves, but for now, that's what it looks like. Then over here, I have my teacher's desk. So I've got some art on the wall, a little light, there's my planner. This is where the kids put their stuff to be graded. They each have a bin. Since we haven't started school yet, I actually have my planners from last year that I was using to transfer stuff over. Those are stuck in there, but each kid gets a bin to put their work in it that they need graded. And then when I'm done grading it, I will put them in those bins over there. We have a pencil sharpener, which is awesome because we've had some before that break, and this one's really great. I'll link it below if you guys need one. And then I've got this cute light from IKEA that I got. Also, this here is really great. I got this thing at a thrift store, and I keep all of the reference charts that we need for math and language, the multiplication table, all this stuff is easy for them to just clip it up. We know where it is, and then they take it down when they need to use it. It's super awesome and keeps everything organized so we're not searching for it. I've actually never had a teacher's desk before, and I got this desk on super crazy clearance, and I was super excited about it, and I put it together myself, and it hasn't fallen apart yet. Isn't that awesome? So that is my teacher's desk, so I'm kind of excited to finally have a space of my own. This is the morning basket shelf. I'm gonna actually be doing a video about this next week, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. But I'll explain everything that we have in here. That's where we keep all the stuff that we do as a family. And I've just got a shelf up here with all the cute stuff. And then there's a sign here. So I've got a couple cute signs, all either homemade or thrift store. So this chair and this one at my desk, I got at a garage sale this summer for, I think, either $3 or $4 a piece. And they're cute. They're a little squeaky, but they're cute. So one of my favorite parts about this room and why I was drawn to it and thought, the schoolroom, it's all these great built-ins. These are so wonderful and beautiful. Yes, I do wish they were white because they're dark and all the wood in our house is dark, and I just wish they were white because it would lighten up. But I really love them. I don't have the time to empty everything out and paint it, so we're gonna just live with it. But I'm not gonna complain because they're gorgeous. So I've got all of our books on here. I've got them usually mostly by age, where these are the younger readers for my younger kids. Then they just kind of get older and older, and then I've got some at the top that are even older for like my daughter's not even ready for some of those yet, my oldest. And then this cabinet over here. So yeah, I've got notebooks and some curriculum in here that we may be using, but just not this year. This is the stuff that's like note cards. I've got a bunch of these that I got at a garage sale. I have like a classroom size stack of them, but I at least have them here for when somebody needs them and when they get lost. I've got some crafty stuff that's mine that I keep here. This is all reference things or notebooks that I need to keep track of. And then I've got the glue and the tape and the scissors that's always missing. And now I have it in this cabinet and nobody better move it because I'm tired of looking for it. So it's nice that I've got all that stuff in there. So over here is where I've got the stuff that we're going to use every single day. So these are all of the teacher's guides. Most of these are Christian Light because all my kids are using Christian Light. So I have a ton of the teacher's guides for all the stuff they're using. And I like to keep those together. They're in order of youngest to oldest, so they're hopefully easy when I need them to pull them out. This is all the teacher's guides for Christian Light. These are all my other teacher's guides. So I've got our biblio plan stuff in here. I've got a couple, I've got science, all the stuff for all of our other subjects are all in here. And then our 5 in a row stuff I have in a binder. I'll do a video on 5 in a row to show you guys how I got this set up, but this has all the papers that they're going to be doing. I at least have the first 3 weeks planned out and printed. Aren't you proud of me? I'm really proud of myself. I have this basket here that we've got our verse cards that we use every day. I have like the history game we used last year, a couple different games that we use, not every day, but randomly. So I keep those here. And this is all of our Spanish stuff. I actually haven't decided if we're going to do Spanish every single day this year. I'll probably do some to keep them up with it, but I have so much else in our curriculum that I'm just not sure if we're going to do it this year. The Spanish stuff is kept here in case we decide to use it. So then this side of the bookshelf, I've got reference books that we don't need all the time that are way up here. I don't even know if you can see them. Those giant reference books that pretty much only mom can reach to take down. This shelf is all science, like there's a star guide, these little books that have, they're more kind of, we don't use them that much. It's things that I would have to really be like, oh, you're reading about tornadoes? Let's take this book out, this tornado book. So, but I didn't want to get rid of them. I like these. I've got like this whole set that's all about different animals. So I've got a bunch of fun books up here. So that's mostly, this is all like mostly nonfiction books. This here is chapter books also that didn't fit over there. So these are all like chapter books for my girls. These here are all the young books for like my son, you know, things like this, like early readers, or just, there's like fairy tale books and things like that. So that's kind of like all the young books are over here. So over here we have a globe. I also have the coolest picture frame ever. I think my mom got me this years ago, and you can actually put the kids' artwork in here. I'll link one below if I can find it. All their artwork is in here, and you can like, ooh, and you can change it out. So if I had, you know, his picture was the last one, and then you can trade it out, and now I have a different picture, here. So it's kind of fun. I love that. This cabinet's full of photo albums and scrapbooks, and I've got a whole shelf right here that's got all of our Bible books. I've got some Bibles that we don't use every day, and I've got like devotionals and things like that. Okay, so in this cabinet here, which is below the books, this has all of like the craft stuff. This is mostly all craft things. So I've got like, these are all these bins from Walmart. It was super cheap bins, but I've got one that has paint and glue from like when the colored glue when you do slime, because my kids were into slime for a while. This thing is full of paint. I've got a ton of these paint guys. So this is full of paint. I've got paper in here that they can use if they want to craft. This is all crafty stuff and some extra paint. This is a math manipulative box, or it's got some different math games. These are math manipulatives. These are like the little counting bears and the tanagram pieces and things like that. This is more the games. I've got a couple jars that have games in it. This is like a place value pieces that you use on a place value chart. And then I've got a math game here that are these little pieces that you just play as like a quick flashcard thing. So I've got those there. This has rice in it, some colored rice with some seashells in it. And this is a math Bible, books of the Bible, like Jenga game, homemade. This is full of kinetic sand and some pieces and things to play with. These bins were so nice to have to just keep everything organized. Totally worth like $1 something a piece. This is a preschool bin that I've talked about in a video before, and I just keep that in here. These down here are all magazines, like old magazines that my kids use to cut up for collages, or if they need to look something up, we keep those in here. And then these are all these Dover coloring books. I have so many of them. I used to actually photocopy because I liked them so much. I didn't want to use them, but now I have so many, I might just have my kids start writing in them, coloring in them, since they're getting older. But I've got all of these that I've gotten at garage sales or thrift stores. So those are all kept in there. I've got a couple little fun kits, and there's, I don't know, some random stuff. Then I've got a kinetic sand here in a tray. And then this is all scrapbook stuff from when I used to have time to scrapbook. I don't have time anymore. So that was this cabinet right here. This one here just has paper in it, a bunch of different colored paper. This is where we start with the kids' cabinet. So each kid gets a shelf. So that's what we're doing this year. I've used this for different things, but this year I'm giving everybody a shelf, and they hopefully will keep it nice and neat. So they have everybody has one of these Latchmate bins, which I have talked about before because I love them. And they've got all their schoolwork for this year in here, and then they can put stuff in the top that they need, and you can carry them around and take them with you. So that's got their daily everything in it. Then they've got their extra light units that they'll use for Christian Light. When they finish the workbook in here, they'll grab the next one here. She's also got her Write Shop stuff here. And then this the spelling game that they're going to be doing this year. I also have this art box. This is one of these big totes that I filled with all the art stuff that I needed for their art curriculum this year that I ordered in a pack. I talked about that in my group subjects video, so I'll link that above if you did not get to see what we're using. But this has all the art stuff in here and a couple other things that we added. So, but that's all nice and together. Isn't that nice? I love being organized. I hope it stays this way. This is my 8th grader. This is my 6th grader's cabinet. So she also has a Latchmate bin. She's got her reader for reading in here. She has the same stuff. She's got her light units here and her workbook. Down here I have reference books that they're gonna need because these two share, they're gonna share this stuff and they're gonna share this. So I've got the dictionaries, the thesauruses, and the Kingfisher Encyclopedia. This is a book we use for history so that it's easy access. That is here for both of them. That is what they have in their cabinet, and it's nice because it closes. Hopefully they'll keep it nice and clean, but it closes like that. So right next to them is my youngest two. So I've got my 4th grader here. She has her Latchmate bin here with the same stuff. She's got her reader right here, all her light units. I put the extra teacher's guides in here because some of the teacher's guides for Christian Light, they have like a book 1 that you use half the year and then a second book that you use the second half of the year. And I did not want to have all of them up there in that. I didn't really have space. So the ones that will need the second half of the year, she just had space in here, so I put them in here. I've got her flashcards that she will need for Christian Light's math. And then my son, who's gonna be in 1st grade, this is his bin. He's got a binder. He's got a big box of crayons that I got him last year, but they don't really fit easily and I don't want them out, so they stay in his cabinet. He's also got all of his light units in here and his little readers that he's gonna be reading. We have flashcards down there, and then he's got a couple extra bins. This has some different like reading manipulatives in it. I've got one of these things. This is like a little board like this that I can write stuff down, and then he has to use these little cards to spell the words. I've got Hangman. This is fun. Have you guys ever seen this? Hangman. That you do it on this board and you just write it on the bottom. And then I've got magnetic letters. So I'll link that stuff below if you guys want any of that. But he's got that, and then I have a whole box for him of little tiny readers like those Bob books, and I've got, these are all random books that I've gotten over the years, these tiny little books. So these are things that he will read just randomly this year. He read some last year, stuff like this. They're all from different curriculums and stuff, and I've just kept them all in this box so that he can just pull this box out and grab some easy readers. The last cabinet over here, you can't get to it too well, whoops, because of the futon, but it's just got all the games in it, so they can easily get to it. We've got, we actually have a ton of games downstairs, but these are games that they use maybe more often, or some of them are more learning games, and then there's more games down there on the bottom. So that is our schoolroom. I'm really excited. I love the setup. It's pretty. It's so much more fun when it's pretty, isn't it? So I'm really excited, and I'm ready to start school. I'm almost done planning. I'm ready to get the school year started. So a pretty schoolroom is always fun, or a school space, or a box that you're gonna take with you. It's just fun to have it all nice and organized. I definitely think the organization makes a huge difference. Don't forget to check out the playlist below that's got all the other moms, and they're super awesome, I'm sure. Schoolrooms or school spaces or whatever, wherever they homeschool. I can't wait to see how everybody's looks different. It doesn't always have to be pretty and shiny. It just has to work for you. And I love that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this. That always encourages me, and I like being encouraged. So I appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not, because I've got more homeschool stuff coming every single week. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.